Well, it's Friday, so that means funny stuff. And so today I thought I'd do kind of a very special funny stuff and tell you this story on video because there's no way to write this and it be as funny as it actually was. So I just thought I'd just sit down in my dining room and tell you a story on video. And you know how I love my headlines? Well, people send them to me all the time. And so somebody with a sense of humor as warped as mine is sent me one the other day, and it said, the headline was, "Psychic Killed by Train." Well, not everybody would find that funny, but I thought it was hilarious because there were questions that came to my mind. Questions like, did she not see it coming? Because, I mean, most people would see a train coming, even if they weren't a psychic. But a psychic should have seen that train coming. And so that kind of just, I kind of had a laugh out of that at the poor lady's expense. But it brought up to me a funny memory of something that happened way back when my kids were young. Most things do remind me of something crazy that happened. So this one time we lived in this town, and they had a local psychic, and she put ads in the paper all the time, and she had signs up going up and down the road, and she operated out of a little house that had become an office, and it was right on the main road in the town. Now, I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to call her Madam Knight. Let's just make up that name for her, Madam Knight. Well, she had this little house on the parkway, and we used to drive by her house all the time, going to and fro places. And so we were riding down through there one day, and my son, who was about 8 at the time, named Clay, and my daughter, who was about 12 at the time, named Amy, we passed by there, and I heard them in the back going, and I heard Clay say, "Shut up, Amy." So I knew there was something going on. So I turned around and I said, "Okay, what's going on?" And again, Clay said, "Shut up, Amy." And so Amy said, I said, "Amy, you better tell me what that is right now." And so she said, "Clay called Madam Knight." I said, "What?" She said, "Clay called Madam Knight. He prank called her." Well, now let me back up a few years from there, because I have a hard time getting onto him for prank calling somebody, because when I was a kid, I was the queen of prank calls in the town where I lived. Like, how you call the grocery store and say, "Do you have Prince Albert in a can? Well, you better let him out." Or you call your mother's friends and say, "Is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it." Those kind of stupid things like that. And I had a lot better that I won't tell you, because then people will know it was me that did it. But she said he prank called Madam Knight. And I wanted so badly to get onto him, but I just couldn't, because I had to know what he said. And so I turned around and I said, "What did you say to her?" Trying to sound very stern. I said, "What did you say to her?" And he said, "I just asked her, 'Did you know I was going to call you?'" Well, I just came apart in the front seat. I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And I know that I should have gotten onto him. I know I should have grounded him. I know I should have spanked him or something, but I didn't. It was one of the proudest moments of my life, because I realized that boy is just a chip off of this crazy old block. And it was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard. And it was one of the proudest moments of my life. Y'all have a great day.